Hello and welcome to Pandora FMS. In today's video, we'll show you how to create SNMP alerts. Keep in mind that you must have the SNMP console enabled to manage SNMP traps in Pandora FMS. If you don't have this component enabled, you will not be able to receive the traps and therefore the alerts will be useless. We'll leave you a video in the description with more information about the SNMP console. After you make sure that it is enabled, go to Alerts, SNMP Alerts. In this menu, as with the SNMP console, you have a section to filter the alerts that you have configured. In this case, you have the free search option where you may filter the alerts by their OID, the trap's data value, or the IP of the agent that reports it. You may also filter by the type of trap and its priority. We now move on to creating an alert for SNMP traps. Click Create and a configuration menu will open with a few fields that you may fill in. We start with the description of the alert, a totally optional field. Next, you have the enterprise string where you may enter the full string or just a part of it. But if you want to literally search for that string, add a $sign to the end of the string. Then you have another optional field where you may define a regular expression that will search the rest of trap fields. Now enter the IP of the agent the trap is going to report, where you may also type in a regular expression. Next, choose the group and trap type using the drop-down menus. The single value field is used to filter by trap value. This only refers to the simple value of the primary OID, not any child OID. Then there are 20 fields to filter through regular expressions, each variable that trap contains. Each value that you assign to this field is saved in a macro in case you want to use it later, for example in the action for sending an email to the administrator. From here, the following fields will depend on the action you select, which can be the ones that come by default with Pandora FMS or a custom one you may have created. We're going to configure, for instance, a simple email that will be sent when the alert is triggered. Field 1, or in this case destination address, can be left blank if you have a default email configured in your example. Or you may override it by adding here the address where you want the email to be sent. The same goes for field 2, where you may leave the one you have configured by default or customize a new one. Field 3 will be the one that contains the email message. Here we're going to write the SNMP F1 macro, which corresponds to the value that you have previously configured, and other macros such as the name of the agent you have assigned this alert to. And finally, you may choose whether the email will be sent in plain text or in HTML format, which we will leave by default. Then there are the last fields that make up the creation of the alert. Minimum number of alerts defines the minimum number of traps that must arrive for the alerts to be triggered. Meanwhile, maximum number of alerts defines the maximum number of times the defined action will be executed in the time threshold defined next, which you may leave by default. Select an amount among those that are offered or configure a custom one in seconds. Then you may assign the priority the alert will have, which does not depend on the priority of the traps with Pandora FMS events, the action that you defined previously, and finally the position and the option to disable the creation of events that are automatically generated with each alert. The position is used to establish an order of evaluation of alerts, in which case the ones with the lowest value, such as this one with a value of 0, will be evaluated before another with a value of 2. And now we're done configuring our alert. Now you just need a trap to reach your console to see the result. Go to the SNMP console located in Monitoring, SNMP console. As you may see, a trap appears with the alert box in yellow, which means an alert was triggered. If you go to the Events section, you may see that an event was also generated from the alert itself. And if you check your email, you will see you were sent an email with information you entered when creating the alert. We'll leave you in the description more information about what macros you may use for your alerts. And that was it for today's video. Don't forget it, if you liked the video, smile, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Any suggestions, questions or ideas, please leave them in the comments below. Remember that if you're interested in trying Pandora FMS Enterprise, you may contact us to get a free 30-day trial. Thank you very much for your time, and we hope to see you in social media and in future learning videos.